sometimes I look at my life and I'm like, wow, how did this happen? And I would wake up every morning and say to myself, I will not do this. And every single day I did it. And I could not explain it to anyone. And I couldn't explain it to like my parents when they were crying, that I just couldn't stop. But it is very hopeless feeling because you feel like you cannot stop no matter what, and you know you need to, and you know other people do. So it really is, you know, it's lonely and weird. From the second I started drinking, because it started for me with drinking, I just fell in love. And once I got to college, things started just accelerating for me. I turned into daily drinker. I would drink pretty much, you know, nonstop all day long. And I started getting into amphetamines, meth, and cocaine. It's like 100 cups of coffee just into your veins, you know? So I could have conversations. My mind was just way more sharp. And I just felt on top of the world until it wore off. I started having overdoses on all sorts of drugs. Mainly it was actually pain pills and benzos, so like Xanax, Ativan, stuff like that. Didn't have really anybody to talk to. There wasn't a lot of people left in my life because of the way I was living. Started getting locked up in insane asylums and getting in trouble with the cops. Ridgeview twice, Emory and the psych ward at Emory maybe twice. But I could not stop. I mean, I would get out of treatment and just get high constantly. But it would always come back. I was living with my roommate in college, and he was using like me, so we were kind of doing that together. He was locked in our dorm room, so no one could get in. And I knocked on the door like 6:30 in the morning, and he was passed out on the ground, had been cutting himself all night long, and then he had drank in like 3/4 of a handle of vodka. We took him to the hospital, and I sat with him all day long. Seeing that it was just life altering. I mean, that was like, okay, I cannot live this way any longer. I just can't. I moved in with these guys and started doing every single thing that they're doing, which is a lot of stuff, but I was just really trying to get involved with people that were recovered and happy and living good lives. And I did that for about a month and a half, and it was miserable. I hated it. I wanted to get, you know, high all of the time. But after that month and a half, it hit me that I hadn't thought about using or getting drunk or anything in about a week, and it felt freeing. For me, it was being in treatment with people that had actually stayed sober, that were my age and had experience and had lives that were actually good, because I just could not picture that for myself. So seeing, 100 people that have, years of sobriety, young people that are sober, was kind of the kickoff point. That made me really want it.